Streets turn a boy to a collateral damage, had a man shook. Street turn a boy to a yeah, I be anywhere the money is making, them man are anywhere the distracted by the opposite sex. The balance in the bank is definitely on vex, and I'm definitely up right now. But I came so close for losing. See me on the beat, I'm cruising. The friendships I'm choosing wisely. If not, take it back like Wiley. I'm on a mic in this peak, don't try me. Respected cause I'm rated highly. It's the same kitchen, just a different scale. Same four walls, just a different tell. Same letterbox, neither one's getting mail. Collateral damage, had a man shook. And now man speaking Spanish. I could have been in me or
I don't care about none of that. I just want to get there.
I'm in the NJD. A millionaire. But he was in a block downstairs. Collateral damage, had a man shook. Streets turn a boy to a collateral damage, had a man shook. Street turn a boy to a it's the 1-4 BPM murderer. Bex, I know you ain't heard of her. She's a superstar on the verge of I think working the work.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's how you made this too? Got into you.
Just gotta make sure you don't hit shit like that again. What the fuck is going on with the floor? I want this shit. Right.
Welcome to an all-new but throwback episode of NBA2K24.
Oh yeah, throwback because we are going retro. We have details on the 90s event going live tomorrow, December 16th.
Then Team 2K TV is deep into the LeBron era and my NBA eras. We will fill you in on our season and maybe a finals matchup.
That would be kind of sick. Who's gonna win the championship? Let's find out.
Championship. Ring, ring! The 90s are calling, and you don't need a landline to answer the call. Just head over to the event center this weekend.
As if, Alexis, if you've reached an overall rating of 90 in my 4-hour windows through Sunday.
The reward.
So I traded Brandon Roy with an 83 overall for a younger.
I don't know where they are.
Again, I rock, I vibe, I ride the wave inside her mind. It's all again. I rock, I vibe, I ride the wave inside her mind. It's all again.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. The Clippers looking for a strong start to this road trip. It's a disappointing segment of the season for this team, no doubt about it, as the losing streak has continued, guys, to grow.
Yeah, and they're going through right now one of those situations that's just difficult to deal with. Doubt begins to really creep in when the losses continue to mount, and then you can have splintering, which doesn't help the situation.
Now Leonard. Following the three-point attempt by Obi Toppin. And we've got a good one on tap tonight between a couple of teams, Greg, who can really shoot the three ball. Some of your thoughts coming into this one.
Well, when you have teams like this, it's about guarding that perimeter. If you don't, they're going to rain on you the entirety of the game. So this might be one of those games that comes down to who has the ball last.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Man can't hit. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Pacers. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. Toppin can't get it to go. And as James Harden has gotten older, Clark, he's made it clear he wants to contend for titles.
And that's a typical progression for a player. You can't blame him. I mean, he's done just about everything you can do individually. He's aware of the fact that a championship would add to his career immeasurably.
Outside Leonard. And oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. Healed with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And Toppin throws it down.
Good decision-making by Hield, giving it up when somebody else was freer and in better position.
A three from Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Halliburton outside. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
All the talk is about Harden scoring, but I tell you what, he can dish that rock too.
Stolen away. And here's George for 3. The rebound by Turner. On the wing, Mathurin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Here's Harden, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Harden is known for his creativity. Can't lose him in the screen and roll, or he'll take you to school.
Back to Halliburton. Turner with the screen. And the basket is good.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
George with the bucket.
George just too good for this. He will get physical right back.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Attention fans, now on the court is your Hype Squad. Get loud, let them hear it.
Teams changing it up here. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And the Clippers, one of the more efficient three-point shooting teams, Greg, in the NBA.
And Kevin, really over the last decade, that's been one of their most consistent traits. And it's not just because of talent. They're smart about the shots they take.
You know, Greg, one thing you got to admire about Miles Turner is how sensational a shot blocker he is. Every year among the leaders in the NBA.
And Kevin, such a dependable defensive anchor. Someone that just reads shooters well, knows when to go after the block.
A clean pass that time from Halliburton to a wide open teammate. Just smart ball movement there.
And the jam by Harden.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Second team foul.
The Pacers making a switch here.
Checking in for the Pacers, number 00.
Out to Turner.
Mathurin.
Mathurin for 3. Indiana moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Here's Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Good work by Mathurin getting rid of the ball. When somebody has a better shot, you got to throw it his way.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 3.
Did you just see what I saw? I mean, that move was out of this world.
Executed, don't you think, to perfection, Greg. I mean, he had the rim in his sights and was not going to be stopped.
And finishes with force. Boy, you got to love that.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Greg, in terms of the Pacers' last few seasons, some have pointed to their relative lack of size. What do you think?
Well, I think a big push for them this summer was adding to their front court, particularly getting more size at the forward positions. And I think they've improved in that regard.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Coffee. And the dunk by Powell.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Left side, Jackson. There's a screen by Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
And Coffee gets it to go. Obi Toppin has been on display for Indiana. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Clippers have their sights set high. Coach Tyronn Lue says this is definitely a championship team, but it's not going to just come. We've got to put the work in. There's got to be a lot of sacrifices. If we come together and do the right things, we definitely have a chance. Kevin, back to you.
And David, he's a big reason why. Thanks so much. And it's George finishing it off. Indiana trailing here. And it's Halliburton penetrating. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Tice. On defense, the Clippers. Jackson buries it despite the hat. Terrific play. We'll have a chance for one more. They get Russell Westbrook. When it comes to the essential components of a winning team, GA, how much importance do you place on veteran leadership?
Kevin, I think it's important. You want guys in the locker room who've seen it all. Players who can keep the ship steady if the team kind of goes awry or has a tough stretch.
Here is something great from Pacers history. They were a dynasty at one point, and you remember it well.
Yeah, you're talking about the ABA days, but it's true. The Pacers were a dominant team before the merger. They won 3 titles in 4 seasons just before joining the league.
Leonard, no luck. Indiana leading. Back to Toppin. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Toppin. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Toppin can't get it to go. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Leonard. Goes back up. And it's good on the way up. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And the work rate that Kawhi shows on every play never takes a moment off, and that can lead to second chance opportunities. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Harden. Following the score by Obi Toppin.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there. Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Here's Halliburton. Leonard with the steal. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
George playing strong down low. Love to see him finish with authority.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Here's Toppin. And then Toppin with the jam.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Indiana moving the ball around. Back to Hield. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good from long range. Brown's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Indiana.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Clark, here we are looking at Miles Turner, a terrific player. What stands out to you?
There are a couple of things. His ability to knock down three-point shots as a big guy, but more than that, his primary attribute to me is the fact he's an outstanding rim protector. Excellent timing, runs the floor, and really protects the basket for his team. He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Powell. Now Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Inside. Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard. Now it's just a 3-point Pacer lead. Fires the 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
That stroke is all about focus for Westbrook. When he's dialed in, he's got his balance, mark it up.
Brown right side. Back to Halliburton. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's a tie game in Indiana. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
43.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's Harden. Drives to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Down low. Here's Turner. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Turner's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. Now the Clippers with it. And load management, a term, Greg, that's been associated with the Clippers.
And Kawhi rightfully managing his return from ACL injury with care. It's harder to build chemistry when guys are out, but it's all about staying healthy for the postseason.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George is one of the game's premier two-way wings. He says, I believe in my talent and what I can do, but I feel my job is to make everybody better. That's what I try to do when I'm on the floor. Just make the game easy for everybody, whether it's creating or just being aggressive and making reads off of that. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, David lets the game come to him. Well said by him. Thank you.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Leonard with the ball. And it's Toppin picking him up.
A sometimes underrated playmaker. Leonard continues to do it all.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on James Harden. Oh, Greg, there's a lot of impressive things about Tyrese Halliburton, most notably how efficient he is.
Yeah, Kevin, those percentages are terrific. But not only that, he's phenomenal at it, making sure he keeps his teammates involved. Just a remarkable young point guard.
And the basket by Harden.
And this is why you got to be in Harden's jersey. I mean, if you lay off of him for a second, he burns you with that quick shot.
Here's Turner. Shoots over Tucker. They kick out to Heel. To the inside. Turner. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Turner's got 6.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboard.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Give it up for your Basemates Dance Team.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Indiana. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And here are the Pacers now. Indiana moving it around. Leonard with the steal. Pass to Harden. And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
And the Clippers call time here.
Here you go.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The three from George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Halliburton on the wing. Stolen by Tucker. Now, here's George. 12 points for him. From deep, Harden. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Clippers leading by 6. Pass to Tucker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, if you had the word grinder in the dictionary, P.J. Tucker might be right next to it. His energy and effort and selflessness, contagious.
Both free throws good from Tucker. And Clark, when we take a look at your former team, the Indiana Pacers, is it fair to say they're a work in progress?
Most definitely, Kevin. I mean, I think they've got some really outstanding young talent, as well as a very experienced coaching staff. That combination should bode well for the Pacers' future. Whenever that mid-range jump shot is available, Halliburton is going to take advantage of it. He's a really good passer, but also an opportunistic scorer.
Pacers trailed by 6. Left side, Turner. The kick out to Brown. No good from outside. And a deep 3 from George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 15.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. Boy, he's doing everything he can. At this point, the rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Here's Tucker. That ball's nice feed that time from George. Tucker's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles. The kick out to Brown. And so Indiana again turning it over. .43 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on an 18-7 run. Halliburton with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And here's Brown outside, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. And that's 17 points for Tyrese Halliburton.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Neesmith. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Neesmith has got himself on the board with 3 there. To the paint. Here's Tucker. A second chance effort. Misses at the rim. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Clippers lead by 10. And
7.
fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Pacers trailed by 10. Halliburton is double. At the elbow, Toppin. The kick out to Brown. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Halliburton. And the rejection by Zubats. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Checking in for the Pacers. Number 33.
Pass to Coffee. From past the arc. Who's back up? The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Turner. And so Brown will bring it up for Indiana. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
And the Pacers with possession here. It's a 10-point game. And here's Brown outside. The rebound by Paul George.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Out to Turner. Got a hand on it. And it goes out of bounds. That one